You lost good. Wow.
How'd you get here?
Bear with me. Say something out loud right now. I'll give it a moment. Then I'll do it. Anything. The sky is blue. I'm tired. I've been doing too many of these fucking videos for too long. That was weird. Now ask yourself, who built the sentence you said? Not who taught you the words. That's asking about your education or upbringing. I don't care about that. Who built the grammar? Who built the vocabulary? Who built the set of available meanings you used and chose from? Who decided that these sounds would mean these things? Who established that the structure, that subject, verb, object shit, would be how thoughts are organized when spoken? The answer is nobody. It wasn't some dude. That's the answer. It's the important part. No one designed shit. Sorry, Matt, but no, a committee doesn't actually decide what woman means. No board of meaning votes on what justice should mean or how conditional definitions should work. Language assembled itself through use, through millions of people, billions of them across centuries, saying things to each other. And what's stuck is what's useful for communication. Things that could be shared, what could be understood by most people in most situations. Language in this way is a product of a species, not an individual. And species, well, they don't optimize for precision, for specific depth or truth. They optimize for communicability, for exchangeability, for what Nietzsche identifies as the fundamental function of the herd, making individual experience convertible into shared signs. And this is what gregariousness here means. This isn't that you're gregarious and you like to be around people, right? This isn't being social. Gregariousness is the structural identity between language, exchange, and the conservation of the entire species, of all of us. It's the fact that the tool you think was built by and for the collective, well, it's not a flaw in the tool. It's the tool's entire purpose. Try it in a domain that feels completely private. Pain. You stub your toe on some table or something. That pain is specific. This toe, this corner of the table, this particular nerve response hits you in this certain way at this particular certain moment. It's yours in the most irreducible sense of that phrase. Nobody else will ever feel exactly that. The noises you make in response also incredibly varied and all over the place when you're alone. Let's say someone walks in right afterwards, though, wondering what's up. You turn to them and go, God, I stubbed my toe. It hurts. What happened? Your singular, unique, unrepeatable, specific experience was turned into words that anyone can understand. Stubbed, toe, hurts. These are just fucking general terms. These apply to millions of experiences. Just the word hurts. It can cover everything from a paper cut to kidney stones to a broken arm to emotional heartbreak. When you say it hurts, you've converted something that belonged only to you into something that belongs to everyone. You kind of had to. It's how communication works. But notice that something got lost in translation. Everything unique, the exact qualities of the pain, the way it radiated, that little flash of anger you immediately had at the fucking table, the fact it happened while you were already having a really, really shitty day, and this is the last thing you fucking needed. All that still sort of moving around and happening in your body. None of that is in your sentence. And it's not a failure of your vocabulary. It's vocabulary working as it has been designed. Language is a system of equivalence. This experience is like that experience. We both call these experiences pain or hurt. The system works by making things equivalent, and equivalence, by definition, erases difference. Whatever is unique to your experience in all of this, whatever makes it yours and not just an instance of a general category, is exactly what language can't carry. Nietzsche saw this as the deepest function of the herd, not the political herd, not the social herd, more of a linguistic herd. The species communicates by averaging. Every word is an average. When I say tree, it averages kind of every specific tree anyone's seen. Love, every experience you've called love, good, every evaluation any community you're in has made. The herd doesn't need to conspire to do this. Herd is the language. Every time you speak, it's the herd speaking through you. Notice, though, what happens when you turn this on something like ethics or morality. Herd morality in Nietzsche's sense. Well, this isn't just the morality of the weak, though that is usually how this shit gets taught. Herd morality is morality that emerges when the species' communicative infrastructure becomes the foundation of value. When good means that which can be shared, exchanged, and recognized by most people. Think about it. Think about what gets called good in social contexts. Are you reliable, consistent, fair, kind, moderate, agreeable, not extreme, not disruptive, not confusing, not too much? Every one of those things is a communicative virtue. Reliable. You're predictable, legible. Your behaviors are exchangeable. I can count on you because I can read what you're doing. Consistent goes with this too. It means you don't vary in ways that I can't anticipate. Fair means you operate according to those shared rules that everyone can access. Kind means your actions are interpretable by non-threatening things by the widest number of people. I could just go on forever. These are virtues. These are things, they do make social life possible. This is not a critique of kindness. I'm not that guy. This is an observation about what kind of virtues a herd selects. Communicable ones, virtues that can be expressed, taught, recognized, and rewarded within existing languages. Virtues that fit a medium. And think about what didn't make my list. Intensity, obsessiveness, willingness to be wrong in ways nobody quite understands yet, a capacity to hold a vision that can't be communicated in the available vocabularies, a refusal to be legible. Now, these aren't vices. They're not good. They're not communicable virtues. The herd's language doesn't have good words for them, or rather, it has words for them that make them sound like problems. Oh my, yes, this is a difficult child. Oh, he seems very obsessive. Oh no, she's unable to work with others. She's not a team player here at the factory. The herd doesn't reject these qualities through deliberate exclusion. It doesn't fucking need to. The language already did the work. The categories available for evaluating people are herd categories built by communication, for communication, optimizing for what can be shared. Whatever falls outside those categories, it doesn't get evaluated as bad. It doesn't get evaluated. It's unintelligible, not recognizable types. A way I like talking about that is involves my favorite hobby, thing I do out of passion, cooking. Let's say you have an invite to my house for dinner. Okay, family dinner. And I decide I'm going to make you something you've never had. I use a combination of spices you can't identify. I use a technique you may not recognize the outcome of and a flavor profile that doesn't map onto cuisine you necessarily know. It is extraordinary. I know it's extraordinary. Your mouth knows it's extraordinary. And I turn to you and I ask, so how is it? What do you say? Well, you reach for the available vocabulary. Oh, this is really good. Oh, this is complex. It's kind of like Thai, but more not. Oh, it's spicy, sort of, but there's this other thing going on. You've done this. I've done this. Every description you produce is a translation from the specific experience. Every description that you're producing is a translation from the specific experience. This dish, this moment, these flavors, this combination, suddenly general terms that your listener can match to their own experience. I watch this with my kids, and it can crush your ego a bit. I'll spend time cooking them something new. I'll go fancy maybe, or not. Like yesterday, I made roasted cauliflower. My daughter said that it tasted like garbage. She ate it. She spit some of it out into the garbage. She was trying to tell me something. She'll eat it again. And for you and her, the next time you think about a dish, you're going to think about the words you have used to describe it. Oh, that's that Thai-ish thing with complex spices, or garbage, trash. The language you used to communicate that experience to someone else is now the language you use to remember it. Your memory of the dish is now a memory of the description of the dish. The general colonizes the specific in this way. This is gregariousness at the level of thought and experience itself. You are not simply communicating through heard language. You are thinking through it. Your inner life, memory, evaluation, sense of experience, all of these things is conducted in the medium of the species. And the medium of the species is built for exchange, not fidelity. Nietzsche introduces here a great idea. He calls it the last man. He does this in Thus Spoke Zarathustra as a thought experiment, not a villain. The last man is the human who has fully internalized the herd's evaluative framework. Comfort is happiness. Safety, the highest good. Whatever can be exchanged is what's valuable. Whatever can't be exchanged simply doesn't exist. This last man doesn't struggle against this. That's kind of Nietzsche's point. The last man doesn't feel oppressed, doesn't feel limited, doesn't feel that anything is missing, because his evaluative framework that would register something as missing, it's not there. It's been replaced by the herd's framework. The last man doesn't have a surplus force, not because they were taken away, but because the very capacity to generate them has been shaped out of existence by the same communicative infrastructure that shapes everything else. The last man blinks and says, "We have invented happiness." You know this person. It might be this person in certain hours, certain days, certain experiences. You know the feeling. Scrolling through something, consuming something, purchasing something, experiencing like this small, smooth, frictionless satisfaction that registers as enough. It's not joy. Joy is too specific, too singular, too extra. Satisfaction, the feeling of working within a system correctly, fitting. It's not really a moral claim. Don't think I'm getting high and mighty at all. This, sadly, is too common a reading, that the herd is bad, the individual good, you should resist conformity through willpower and all that other shit. No one actually reads Nietzsche. This reading turns Nietzsche into this Jordan Peterson motivational poster, like, be a lion, not a sheep, hang in there, that kind of shit. Fucking, as my daughter might say, garbage, trash. The structural reading says something much harder. The herd is language. You think in the language. There is no position outside the herd from which to resist the herd, because resisting the herd is itself a concept you can only formulate in the herd. The individual who proudly declares their independence is declaring it in the words the species built, using values the species shaped, performing a type. The independent individual that the species recognizes and has a category for. This doesn't mean resistance is impossible. It means resistance isn't really a matter of declaration. It's not attitude either. It's also not identity. It's a matter of building, constructing new types of mediums of thought that aren't quite yet herd property. New language, new forms, new categories, new ways of processing experience that haven't been averaged yet. The herd, well, it can't be defeated because the herd isn't defeatable. It's not an enemy. The herd is the infrastructure of communication. So the question can't be, how do I escape from communication? It's like asking how to escape from fucking air. The question probably should be, what can be built that the existing infrastructure of communication can't absorb? When you notice that good in a given field kind of describes the same type of person, a very communicable type, legible type, the type that can be described easily on a resume or a recommendation letter, you're seeing gregariousness at work, not some conspiracy, not a bias that could be corrected with better hiring practices. A structural feature of evaluation conducted here in shared language is what you're seeing. When you notice that your own thoughts about what you want, what you value, what success means to you sounds suspiciously like things you've heard before, suspiciously exchangeable, suspiciously generalized, you're hearing the species think through you. But when you see that gap, and you will, that flicker, that break between what you experience and what you can say about it, between what you know and what you can communicate, between the dish you're describing, you're touching the edge of what gregariousness can't reach. Not because these things are hidden, but because the herd's microphone doesn't pick up that frequency. That gap is where everything interesting lives. And that first step towards doing anything with it is seeing that it's there, that the language you're using to notice it is already working to close it.
I could run through these halls forever if you like. Be trapped in this mall together if you like. I'd love to explore the corners if you like. The music plays so loud, guiding me where I go. In this vibrant crowd, do you feel it to the